Well, joining me now is Matt Corbin, the Managing Director of Aker Solutions. Hello to you, Matt.
Good morning, Kirsten.
Here we are again, offshore Europe happening. It doesn't seem that long since the last one. What are you expecting from this year's exhibition?
I'm actually quite excited by it. Obviously, we're in a very different cycle than where we were 2 years ago, but I'm quite inspired having walked through the stand, seeing what's on show, and I think we're going to put on a great event for both the public and the industry.
Very different conversations that will be had this year as opposed to 2 years ago, obviously. Different change of focus.
It is a change of focus, it's a change of backdrop, but actually we've still got the same challenges. We've still got the cost challenges we've had, and we've still got to inspire next generation to join this industry. That's probably a bigger challenge today because of the all the press that goes with it. But this is an industry that's going to be around for the long term, and we need to make sure that we attract and inspire people to join us for next year, 3, 4, 5 years, 10 years into the future.
You're a plenary speaker at this year's event. Earlier this year you were also a plenary speaker at another event in which I heard industry talking about the need to really come together. If they were going to meet the challenges, face the challenges and survive, there was a huge need for collaboration. Do you think that's happening? Is industry delivering on that?
I think we see pockets of it. I think there's been some great efforts in individual companies and across multiple sort of tiers. I think the energy task force that was set up by Scottish Enterprise has been a success in many ways. But there is still so much more that we can do across the piece. This isn't going to be solved by one company, one contractor, one operator. We've all got to keep working hard together. And it's a long-term game. This is going to take many years to actually create an environment that's going to be, I think, world dominant again in the industry.
2 years ago at this event, one of the key topics would have been the skills gap and the skills shortage and bringing more young talent into the industry, and I know you're a huge supporter of that, and you speak at many functions talking about that need to bring young talent into the industry if it's to survive. This year, more important than ever.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, and I think as an industry what we've got to be careful of is it's very easy to cut a lot of those young talent development programs. As I said before, we really need to inspire the generation for the future and bring in the skills. It's a common fact that we have an aging workforce in the oil and gas industry, and even in this downturn we still see the need for new skills in 2 or 3 years' time to actually come in and add significant value. Therefore we need to employ and train them now.
It must be quite difficult to get that message out though, because everybody knows the situation in which the oil and gas industry faces at the moment, particularly in this part of the country, and it's not perhaps the first option that it might have been for some to come and get involved.
I agree, but it takes big responsible organisations to set the tone, and certainly at Aker Solutions we've had to modify our intake this year, but we continue to bring in new graduates and apprentices. Modify slightly in terms of the type of people we're bringing in, so we're bringing in more business apprentices, but we're determined to keep that flow of new talent coming into the organisation and make sure we're setting an industry for the future.
Yeah, and there's obviously a heightened importance as well. The industry's still trying to get more women, more female talent into the industry. That's always a challenge, isn't it?
I guess it is. It's not a challenge that we've particularly faced within Aker Solutions. I have a number of senior sort of females in my team, and that's not because we've pushed to try and get females there. It's just they've earned it on merit. Maybe that's our Norwegian backdrop of having sort of equality across all sort of sexes and races.
So finally, just tell me some of the key messages that you're going to be speaking about this morning, probably what we've already been speaking about, but if you can kind of give us a flavour of what you're going to be talking about in this session.
I'm going to talk very much about how inspiring the next generation in terms of bringing sort of new people into our industry and how we then need to develop them as leaders of the future. So I'm going to talk very much about engagement, employment, equipping them with the skills to succeed, and then empowering them to be our future leaders in 10, 20 years.
Well, good luck. Enjoy Offshore Europe 2015.
Thank you very much, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
Bye.